Throw it down, big man.
Welcome everybody back to the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast. I am your host, Greg Rufus. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode, you guys. I had some technical difficulties. I'm working with a new camera and the rules of it is and all, so I have to re-record what I did yesterday into today. But nonetheless, you guys, I'm here to talk about the Super Bowl recap, talk about the things that I saw in that game. What an amazing victory for the Philadelphia Eagles. They did it. They overcame a lot of obstacles, and they're able to be world champions. Congratulations, Philadelphia. Their second world championship. Unbelievable. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. We're going to talk more about all that. The Kansas City Chiefs. What an amazing NFL season, you guys. The NFL season has come to an end. It was a great NFL season, but now we wait to the NFL draft and the drama that is the NFL draft, and then get ready for the next year. So I'm going to recap the Super Bowl, talk about Kendrick Lamar's halftime show, and that'd be about it for this episode. So I'm trying to think. I will probably have an episode Saturday, probably a Zoom interview with my boy Darren, talk about the NBA trade, the Luka trade to Dallas, and also Jimmy Butler, because he's a Warriors fan, but he's also a Grizzly insider. I want to preference that. He's a Grizzly insider. He loves Memphis, but deep down he loves Golden State. So we're going to talk about the two trades and the things that we expect for the NBA second half coming up. It's going to be a crazy NBA second half, especially with all these trades. The Memphis Grizzlies, can they keep the 2 seed, 3 seed, maybe 1 if OKC maybe slips up? So there's a lot of storylines for the NBA coming up in the second half. No, this is the All-Star break officially tonight. This is like the last game for the All-Star break. So we'll check and see how things go. But before I get started, you guys, please subscribe to my podcast on YouTube at Throw It Down Big Fella, and also follow on Instagram at Throw It Down Big Fella Pod. Like I said, big things coming up. I will have an announcement. Well, I'll say it probably Saturday after the podcast, but there's a big announcement I have coming up. I have my boy. There's some stuff I want to tell y'all Saturday, so please stay tuned for that. Just great things come up in the future, you guys, so stay tuned. Continue to show love to my podcast. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Thank you so much for you guys' support and encouragement and the love that you have shown me so far on this YouTube, and just let's keep things going in a positive direction. It's for this year and beyond. So thank you very much. All right, you guys, let me get started with the Super Bowl. Unbelievable Philadelphia Eagles win 40-22 over Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not the one to say the Kansas City Chiefs dynasty is over. I just think they need some retooling, some readjustments. I didn't think they were the best team in AFC. I'll go on record and say that to me personally, they were not the second best. The first best team in AFC. I believe the Baltimore Ravens were the first best team in AFC. Therefore, I thought it would be Baltimore versus Philly. Secretly, I knew Philadelphia was probably the best team in the NFC. I know Detroit had a better record, but I personally felt like Philadelphia was the number one team in the NFC, vice versa. But I just personally think Kansas City was the best team in AFC. The way that they were so close in all their games, like nitpick throughout all their games, it was just I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe the hype around Kansas City. I know Patrick Mahomes is the great one. He's a great quarterback. He's the best quarterback in our league, even though his numbers sometimes don't say that, but he is the number one head honcho in the NFL. He had an off game. You know, you go back, I feel like that was the formula for Philadelphia. Attack Patrick Mahomes. They did. They sacked him 6 times. He threw 2 picks, 2 interceptions, 1 pick 6. It was just a rough night for Patrick Mahomes. The whole entire offense. They only had 23 yards in the first half, so you could tell he was off rhythm pretty much the entire game until like the later on in the fourth quarter. He had like 2 touchdowns thrown, garbage, meaningless calories that he burned out. But I want to give shout outs to Kansas City, even though I feel like they weren't the best team in AFC. They, like I said, they would get better. Patrick Mahomes is one of them. Off game. I don't know if this is the last time we see Travis Kelce or not. I'm not really sure how that's going to play out, but If he does call it a career, it was one heck of a career. Tight end, he is a Hall of Famer for sure. So I know he's going to the Hall of Fame. Xavier Worthy is going to be a star. You got him, and you got Rashid Rice, who tore his ACL this year. He's going to be back. So the sky's the limit for Kansas City. They just got to fix some little holes, punches, and the offensive line, I think, is the major point. I feel like in this draft, it should be all offensive linemen, all the best offensive linemen you could think of, top rated, according to whatever ESPN, NFL scouts think. I think they need to get offensive linemen because you could just tell the way that they were playing. They just didn't have it. They didn't have the offensive line was just in decimate the entire time. So they need to adjust that, and I think they will adjust that. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out for Kansas City. But like I said, if they just run it back, if they run it back with the same team, they're not going to do anything. They need some help. They need some adjustments. I wouldn't necessarily think defense. They would need defense, but they need some help on offensive line and probably one or two playmakers. And like I said, they will be back in form like they always will. So congratulations to Kansas City for getting to the Super Bowl. It's hard. It's a hard league to even get into the Super Bowl. Like Super Bowl, I've always said football, even though I never played. I played it a little bit when I was a little boy, but I like football. I'm more of a basketball person, but I love football. I love the physicality, the way that they put their bodies on the line, the way they make plays. It's just they're physical. I like football. I love football. But to get to Kansas City to get to 2 Super Bowls and go for a back-to-back-to-back was even amazing in itself. So I want to give credit where credit is due to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now to the Philadelphia Eagles. 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 They did it. They overcame. Well, I wouldn't say. Well, they overcame a slow start. They were 2-2. They wanted to fire Nick Sirianni, questioning Jalen Hurts as usual. AJ Brown, Jalen. They don't like each other. Riff raff. Like it was just controversy after controversy after controversy with this team. But they were able to overcome. They were able to overcome all obstacles, and they were able to be world champions. So kudos, congratulations to Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. I don't care what nobody says. You can agree or disagree with me if you want. Jalen Hurts is the top 5 quarterback in this league. I'm going to say it one more time for you guys. Jalen Hurts is a top 5 top 5 quarterback in the NFL. It's not just because he won Super Bowl MVP. The numbers that he put up this year were efficient. You can give, and I'll just tell my top 5 right now is, of course, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Jalen Hurts is number 5. He is a number 5 right there. He is in the discussion now of a top 5 NFL quarterback. Love it, like it, hate it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. But me personally, taking the fandom away from me, any type of fan you can think of Philadelphia Eagles, take the fandom away. And I know Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL league. He proved it to you on Sunday. They took Saquon Barkley out of the game, and he balled out. Only 5 incompletions in that game. 5 incompletions. That's a crazy stat to have, you guys. I mean, that's just, what more can the man do? And so I'm here to say, for all you haters that keep doubting Jalen Hurts, you're wrong. You're dead wrong. Jalen Hurts is the top 5 NFL quarterback in this league right now and going into next year. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Jalen Hurts, top 5 MVP quarterback. Without Saquon Barkley, where would the Eagles be? All those questions just put into one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And I promise you, I will look into it, feedback into it, and give you my insight on that. But please, you guys, give respect when credit is due. The Philadelphia Eagles are 2024-2025 NFL Super Bowl champs. Go Eagles, go. All right, you guys, I'm here now to talk about Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show. It was amazing. Now, we've seen a lot of Super Bowl performances. You guys, you've seen a lot of Super Bowl performances if you're NFL fans and nerds like I am. You've seen a lot of Super Bowl performances. I mean, you go back to Michael Jackson, even when I was a little baby. You go back to Janet Jackson. You go back to the Janet Jackson-Justin Timberlake thing. You go back to Beyonce, Rihanna, Prince when he was in the rain singing at the Super Bowl. There have been some amazing Super Bowl performances. I would not put Kendrick Lamar's performance in that repertoire. I would not. I'll just put it in the it's okay, but Kendrick, we want hits. I feel like if you're in a Super Bowl, and a lot of people don't really know your mainstream Kendrick. I mean, Kendrick Lamar fans know who Kendrick Lamar is. The outsiders that don't know who Kendrick Lamar is, they're not fans of it. They don't know who they are. I felt like, and this is just my opinion, I feel like that was the moment Kendrick Lamar says, okay, you don't know who I am. Let me introduce you myself to me. And that was to the point of your hit records. The before this new album came out, GNX came out. I know I was gonna say Poetic Justice, but you and Drake are beefing. But Trick Don't Kill My Vibe, Pour Up, Drink, swimming pools. Like though the hits before, the Black of the Bear, like, all right, I mean, I would rather you sing those songs, the hits, what made you you. Your Kendrick Lamar essentials. Like there's a playlist like on Amazon or Apple or Spot that has your entire hits. I would rather them play that and to get familiar with people who you really are. The messaging and the choreography that was in the Super Bowl performance, I don't mind that. I enjoyed the Samuel Jackson being Uncle Sam. I don't mind the Serena Williams crip walking, even though that was dope. I mean, people are like, oh, she crip walking, she doing gay. She's from Compton, you guys. I don't know if Serena's in a gang or whatever she's in, but she's happy to be on the stage with Kendrick Lamar in the Super Bowl, taking a dig at Drake. That's fine. All fair is fair. Love is lost in a rap battle. But I'm here to tell you guys that was a great performance. And people that are killing this performance, you guys need to be quiet, respectfully. Like you don't know what you're talking about. There are a lot of people that just disagree with him and say the most outrageous stuff. And I heard it all. I've heard the good and the bad side of it. I've heard people that don't know a lick of what they're talking about hip hop wise or performance wise. Like that era is gone. Your typical standard of, I don't want to say it, like non-urban style like that is over with. Okay, like we're in a new era now. We want to be entertained, and I get that it wasn't like the entertaining portion, like when Michael or Janet or other people have done it. It's not the entertaining, but it was still fun. It was still thinkative, and I enjoyed it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I gave it a 7 and 8. I thought I was 7.5, but 8. I had to watch it over and over and over again. I've seen it like 4 times. I'm amazed at how good it is. Like, you guys, this is like one of the best has ever done it. Like, he is in our generation, and we need to respect this. You need to respect people like Kendrick Lamar, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. You need to respect these things that are in our sports life right now, because when they're gone, they're gone. Like, there's just no coming back to it. And in a nutshell, like, I'm just excited to see what the future holds for Kendrick Lamar. I feel like this year it's going to be an amazing year for him. I think because of the Grammy success he had the week before, he's coming. He is coming, you guys, with an axe. No point intended. There was a story yesterday that I did about a woman and axe. Not that type of story, but it's a guy. He's the man. Like, he is the boogeyman. He's the guy that's coming for everybody's title, and he wants to stay. Now, my prediction for Kendrick Lamar the rest of the year, this is what I wish he would do. He could, listen, Kendrick, if this gets to you or one of your fandoms and all, I would love it. I appreciate it, but I wish him and Drake would squash it at this point. I feel like it's getting a little overkill between Kendrick and Drake. I mean, it's bad. I mean, Drake, I've never seen Drake this down bad. I've never seen his fans down bad like this. I've seen a lot of stuff, but I just see like a guy that's career, people want to question the authenticity, the style he is. Like, they question, is he a Hall of Famer and a music Hall of Famer? I'm here to answer that question. Yes, I'm a Drake fan. Yes, I'm a Kendrick Lamar fan. Yes, I'm a hip hop fan regardless. And Drake, to me, he is a top 5 artist. He's a top 5 hip hopper that I know. Like, people can agree or disagree what you want. Drake is that guy. And for people to just he bought it on himself too. Yes, like what he's done, his decision making, all the things that he's allegedly done to people's significant other, the way he treats people and all. I get it. I feel like now you could say what you want to say, but to continue to kick his back in, like let it be 20-on-1 or 30-on-1, like it's just unnecessary. It's unnecessary, and I feel like we need to let this go and let bygones be bygones and make good music. Hip hop is about making good music and collaborations. Like that's all how it's always been for day one. We've seen it when it goes left with Tupac and Biggie. We see how it goes left. We don't want it to go left no more with anybody, let alone like we've seen other things that have gone back deadly. You know, all these people that are dying young. You know, we see it a lot. Like hip hop is supposed to be a good expression of our urban community, black community, and we just don't want all the negativity all along, all the drama, all the beef. It was good while it lasted last year. It was very a hot topic on this podcast last year, but I think at this point now it is time to regroup. It's time to refresh. It's time to end it between Kendrick and Drake. It is time for them to end it, and I feel like it probably won't happen this year, probably not next year. But I would just like for it to end and for them to come up with an album together and show people like, yeah, we can be them people. We can be those type of guys that can not let the bigger picture affect our brand and affect our lifestyle and affect us as men, as black men. So I wish they would end the beef. I mean, I know Drake's got an album coming out tomorrow with Party Next Door. Highly anticipated album. I know a lot of people like the lovey-dovey Drake. Some people don't. If you're a fan of the lovey-dovey stuff, you'll probably think this album is probably the best of all time. So we'll see. I've been listening to actually 2 Chainz and Larry June, DJ Alchemist. I've been listening to that album. That album is amazing, you guys. You need to check that album out. But I digress. But I'm here to say, you guys, I want the Kendrick and Drake beef to end. Let me know what you guys think. Do you feel like it is time to end the Kendrick and Drake beef? And then, of course, the Kendrick is the number one MC right now in hip hop. I think the answer will probably be yes, 99.9% of the time. But what did you guys think about the Kendrick Super Bowl halftime show? Good, bad, mid? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And who do you think should be the Super Bowl performer for next year? It's supposed to be in San Francisco next year. So we'll see how that plays out. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section right down here below. All right, you guys, I'm here now with my final thoughts. I'm just going to say this. The Super Bowl 59, any Super Bowl, any big time game, you know, the Super Bowl, national championship game, college football, basketball, March Madness, NBA Finals, it is always magnified like 10 times more. It is the best among the best among the best. And we got what some people thought the best of the best, even though, like I said, I would think it would be Baltimore, but Kansas City, Philadelphia, Patrick Mahomes versus Jalen Hurts and that amazing defense that the Philadelphia Eagles have. They're amazing. I want to end this by saying it's Philadelphia Eagles defense. Is it one of the best defenses of all time? Now, I'm going to say the 2000 Baltimore Ravens are the best of all time. That defense was headhunting from the start. Like Ray Lewis, other people on there, Tony Saragusa. I don't think Ed Reed was on the team. Rod Woodson. Like they just had folks on there, and they had Trent Dilfer as a quarterback. No disrespect. Trent Dilfer was not that type of guy growing up. Like he just wasn't. But their defense was stellar. They smothered everybody that came in their way. The Tennessee Titans, the Oakland Raiders, anything you think of, the New York Giants in the Super Bowl. That defense to me was probably the number one defense I've ever seen in my life. And I was still like 9 or 10 years old, but they always came to play. Ray Lewis was a Super Bowl MVP. He was everywhere to be found. I mean, it was just amazing, that team. So, of course, I'm going to put the Baltimore Ravens defense number one. Now, there's a team that I wasn't even born yet, but I always watch VHSs or YouTube highlights or clips, whatever, about the 1985 Chicago Bears. That was a nasty defense. That defense, I think it was Richard Dent was like Super Bowl MVP. They had Mike Singletary. I believe Mike Ditka. Like they had just names on that team. Jim McMahon, I believe, was a quarterback. Not really a gunslinger per se, but he was still a great. That was just an unbelievable killer defense that would just come at you at all times. Now, between that and then I would probably throw in the 2007 New York Giants with Justin Tuck, Usi Umenora, Michael Strahan, his retirement, he got a ring. JPP, when he had two hands, sorry, JPP, he had if you guys don't know, he had a firework explosion. His hand blew off, and he had two hands before. Of course, that team defeated the undefeated New England Patriots, one of the biggest shockers in NFL history. That happened. It happened. But I would say that defense is there. And I think you have to put I know you're going to put the Steelers defense, one of the Steelers legendaries, the Cowboys. I don't want to disrespect them, Cowboys, Steelers. I believe maybe 49ers. You could put a 49er defense in there. But the Philadelphia Eagles, it has to be one of the top 10 defenses and probably teams we have ever seen in a long time. Offensively, it wasn't just Saquon. It wasn't just Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP. They had weapons. Shout out to Keenan Gainwell, Memphis' own Jake Elliott. They got a championship coming back to the city of Memphis. But also Mississippi Connection, Ole Miss, A.J. Brown, Mississippi State, the Josh Sweat, also Horn Lake, Jacoby Dean, get well soon, my brother. But it was just so much. I think this team, I'm not just going to say defense, because I think that would be a little bland if I say just defense. Total team, you got to put the 2024 Philadelphia Eagles in a top 10 discussion. Like, this team was dominant for again. And they're going to say, oh, 3 losses. They had 3 losses, Greg. How can it be a top 10 team? Let's go back to those losses that they had. They had one loss against one loss Monday Night Football, Atlanta Falcons. Not to discredit the Atlanta Falcons, but it was one drop away from Saquon for them winning that game. They lost the game, I get it, but it wasn't a fluky game. Like, Kurt Franklin at that time was playing efficient enough, good enough, and they won the game. Couple, hiccups there and there, but they won the game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers game was a complete domination by Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield is not a slouch. I don't know why people get this narrative that Baker Mayfield is not a good quarterback. He's a good quarterback. Just give him in the right system, right place. He will take you places. Like, I like Baker Mayfield. A lot of people don't like him, but I respect Baker Mayfield. He's good. He beat the Eagles in the playoffs last year, and he beat them this year. So and like I said, they were 2-2, didn't know where the direction were. Of course, things changed, and of course, the Washington Commanders, divisional rivalry. Washington Commanders, great team. Great team. Can't take nothing away from that. Jalen Hurts got concussed, though. I mean, I don't want to just simple platter it all the way out, but it's like Jalen Hurts got knocked out. He couldn't finish the game. So, I mean, those are the 3 losses. Now, you look in the playoffs. They dominated Jordan Love, who was a top 15 quarterback in this league. Top 15. They beat him. They beat Matthew Stafford. At least a top 10 quarterback beat him. Jalen Daniels. I mean, he rookie of the year this year. Great team. Put up 55 points against them. And now you look at Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, arguably the best quarterback in the league. They put up 40 points. Just look at what they did this year. Like, they put up some unbelievable numbers on great teams this year. I mean, this playoff run that they had was just unbelievable. Like it, love it, or hate it, I feel like this is one of the best teams we've ever seen from start to finish in the league in a very, very, very long time. Like, they're just dominated. And guess what? They're coming back most everybody next year. Now, they could probably add a hot name like Myles Garrett or Jeffrey Simmons. If they do that, even more dangerous. Even more dangerous, it seems. So this team is very, very, very good. And I think sky's the limit with this team. The management, Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, they know exactly what they're doing. And for all those people that doubted Jalen Hurts, that was like, why they draft Jalen Hurts? Why they do this? Why they do that? Look at him. Look at him now, Super Bowl MVP. Look at him. Do you think we would have won that game if Jalen Hurts didn't make the plays that he made in Super Bowl? Because they shut down Saquon, you guys. He only had 57 rushing yards the entire game. This team, from start to finish, offense, defense, special teams, this is a top 10 team we have ever seen in a long time. I want you guys to argue that with me. Let me know. Let me know, Greg, you tripping. You don't know. Come on. Like, from start to finish, this team is amazing. They've had an amazing season. They are a good team. You need to give credit when credit is due. They stopped the three-peat, and now look at them. Like, are they favorites to win next year? I'm not sure. There will be a lot of people talking. The Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St. Brown, talking about, I want to play them first game. Let's see what our defense can do against them, yada, yada, yada. I can't wait for that. Amon-Ra, you're a great player. I can't wait I want Detroit. I want to play Detroit if I'm the Philadelphia Eagles. So let's just see how everything plays out. I'm excited, you guys. What an amazing NFL season. Some highs, some lows. Let me know what you guys think about the entire NFL season. Were you satisfied? Were you happy? Were you disappointed? What were you disappointed at? Lowlights, highlights? Just let me know what you guys think. And the future of the NFL. What do you think is going to happen next year? Do you think the Eagles can repeat? Do you think the Chiefs are going to be on kill mode next year? Is Andy Reid going to leave? Is he going to retire? Is Travis Kelce going to retire? So many questions that need to be answered. And of course, during the offseason, you guys, stuff's going to happen. Things going to happen. You come to your boy here with all the information and news, and I promise you I'll get you well informed, get you ready. Fantasy football, you guys, I came in 4th place. Oh, that kills me so much. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get 2nd or 1st this year. Trust me. I'm going to get that. So it's coming. Okay. With that being said, you guys, that will conclude another wonderful episode of my podcast, Throw It Down Big Fella. Please subscribe on YouTube at Throw It Down Big Fella and follow on Instagram at Throw It Down Big Fella Pod. I need the subscribers, you guys. I need those subscribers so bad. Please tell somebody that knows something about this podcast. I need it, you guys. Please let me know. With that being said, there will probably be an episode Saturday, but if not, you guys, happy Valentine's Day. Just enjoy with your significant other. If you don't have a significant other, just enjoy yourself. Love yourself. It is not always about the significant others. It's always about love, self, and respect. And if you have that for yourself, have that for others, you will live a very, very good life. So I just wanted to throw that out there. You know, Valentine's Day is not about always significant others. It's about yourself and love and expression and all. With that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me on this episode. If I don't see you Saturday, if I don't have an episode, I will be back next Saturday to kick it around and talk about basketball. We're in basketball, college basketball, March Madness, NBA season, all that. So with that being said, I am your boy, Greg Rufus. Thank you so much for joining me. And until then, peace out.
Throw it down, big man.